Right, we're on. Golf's not all rosy, is it? Let's not kid ourselves on. You know, we're on the golf course, we don't always have perfect lies. In fact, very rarely do we have perfect lies. But what do we practice? That's right, perfect lies. That's all we practice, isn't it? Well, today that's not the case. We're going to go out and play 10 really awkward lies. I'm going to do this in practice. When you go out and you practice your golf, never play from a great lie. Play 4 holes. I'm going to play 3 or 4 holes today. We'll try and get 10 really super tough lies. So hit your tee shot like normal, and then whenever it lands, make it tougher. Whew. Yeah. I remember hearing from Faldo saying that when he practiced, if there was a left pin, regardless of where he hit his tee shot, he would place the ball in the left rough and then play his next shot to the left pin. Nigh on impossible, but then he gets on the golf course and it becomes easy. Okay, so I've hit fairway here in this par 5. It'll be a layup because of the wind today, but do you know what? Let's make this tougher. So I'm going to take 5 iron. So now this is tough. I've got obviously a tough lie. Ball below my feet. What happens with ball below the feet? Well, simple. I'm going to pick the club up steeper. Because of my spine angle, it's more bent over, so I'm going to pick the club up steeper. I'll probably come down steeper because of that, or I'll definitely come down steeper because of that. So the ball flight will be left to right. I'm coming down steep, ball flight left to right, so I'm going to have to accommodate for that. Need to make sure that I stay down on the ball. Don't want to lift up too early. So staying down, pretty poor lie. To be honest, 5 iron's not my best choice. How close to par can we get with these funky lies? Aim left, let this cut back, stay down on it. It's alright. Pulled it a little bit left by staying down, but do you know what? How often do you practice that shot? Probably never. Probably never practice those shots. Go to the range, on the mat, nice and flat. Oh, we're all good from there, eh? But we know that's no real golf. That's just shit practice. It really is. Sorry. It frustrates me that when I competed, I used to practice a lot from the semi-rough, from the first cut, because I spent a lot of time in there, so I had to get better at that. Right, I've pulled it a bit left, but I'm still in play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in that bunker, some 60 yards short of the green. I've got 80 yards from here to the pin. I've just rolled my ball into the bunker, so I've got about 75 yards to the hole. So this is tough. This is a horrible, awkward shot. I'm going to place the ball back in my stance. So the ball's going to go back in my stance, and I'm going to try and play a hook. Play a little hooky one. So I'd sort of draw a wedge, if you like. Into out with ball back. So stance is pretty square or even closed. Into out. Wet sand as well. Playing a little hook. The reason I hook it and put the ball back is because there's more chance of catching the ball first. I could take a wedge and play a normal bunker shot with a little bit more sand, but I'd rather catch ball first here. Into out. This is tough. Into out there. Here we go. Oh, I've caught it heavy. Caught it a little bit heavy, but the idea was perfect. Bit annoyed at catching that heavy. I thought I was better than that. I had big plans for that shot. Right, I'm going to keep my 54-degree wedge out here. Give it a clean. Now obviously we're on a decent lie there, so let's not do that. Let's get in there. Jeez. Okay, so how do you take your practice for this? Well, you have to get somewhere close to the lie you actually have to feel what sort of resistance through the grass you're going to have. Always take your practice stroke in front of the ball there, because if I take it here, I'm going to shoot grass onto the ball. So I feel for how it's going to be. Into the wind. Let's get this up there. Gripping down. Good commitment to this shot required. Stay there. Okay, good. Maybe about 6 feet for par. It's alright. So it's windy today. It's just generally horrible. The rain's just stopped. Thankfully, but it looks like it might come again pretty soon. Hopefully not. Okay, this would be a good par. The wind going to affect this one? Possibly. Set it on the right edge, let it happen. Yeah, good. A mad par. Okay, I could give myself a bad lie on the tee, but that's not really relevant, is it? Or is it? I don't know. Anyway, tough hole into the wind. Let's just smooth the driver up there, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, I've hit it well. That wind is stalling that ball. It might be another fairway bunker shot, an unintentional one this time. That's golf, man. I love the creativity that you have to have in golf. And there is no creativity like that at the driving range. It's just so block practice. It's just constantly good lie, constantly good lie. If you hit a bad shot, you just drag another ball over and react to that. I'm calm. Honestly, I'm calm. I'm sure you can see how productive this can be. Back there we had an awkward lie with the second shot using a mid-iron, 5-iron. We then had to play a bunker shot from 80 yards, which I did not execute due to lack of practice, obviously. And then I put myself in a funky lie against the collar, played a great shot because I rehearsed the practice swing which was relevant to the lie that I already had. Then of course hold the putt because I'm class at putting. So I got over the bunker to here. I am 78 yards away from the hole. So what I'm going to do though, I'm going to lift that ball up and place it in there. So 78 yards, I'm going to place it there. That ball has now disappeared. Look at this. There we go, like Bethpage Black. So what do I do here? Well, I've only got 80 yards. I'm going to open the face slightly on my, hold on. I've got my 52, I had 54, but I'm into the wind, a little bit more loft required or less loft required. I'm going to open the face just a little bit and hold it there. And when I come through, if the face decides it wants to wrap over with that grass, it won't close fully because I've started with it slightly open. And then from there, aggression through the shot. Again, practice stroke. Relevant to where we are. Getting the feel for that, that's pretty good. Step on, this one takes full commitment, face slightly open, then take my grip. Good there. Well, that's come out really well. That's close. I'll listen to see if that hit the pin there. Glass half full and all that. So once we get up here, I'm really interested to see how close this is because I had a great look at that. Oh my god. I knew it was good, but I didn't think it was that good. I knew when I hit it, everything came out perfectly. Honestly, didn't think it would be that close, but you know, how do you make that harder? You don't. That's class. Okay, I think what happened there, and I find this quite a lot when I'm doing video instruction, I find that when I've explained to myself or spoken out loud what my intention is, the execution of the shot generally is pretty good. Now you feel a bit of a freak in front of your pals when you start, not boasting, but verbalising your intentions. And of course they can hear that, and then there's added pressure to yourself to make sure that happens, of course. But certainly I felt there, and on most shots, yeah, when I do the video analysis, or no, sorry, when I do the filming of videos, I feel once I've explained it verbally out loud, it's like it's gone into myself, it's gone deeper in there, it's planted the seed, and doubt's gone. The intention's there, I just need to execute, and clearly that's what happened there. Okay, fresh off a birdie. Isn't that mad? Right, let's watch this. That divot right there. Let's just Pop it in there, oh my word. Okay, we're going to hit 2-iron out of there. So the reason I'm taking 2-iron, I would, looking at that, I would quite happily get a 3 hybrid or something into there. But I'm going to take 2-iron because I don't have my hybrid with me. However, my 2-iron's got a little bit of muscle about it, so it should be okay for this shot. I'm actually looking at that, not liking that at all. Look at it, lying in that divot right there. Oh, there we go, right in the middle, perfect. So these shots you never really practice, especially not with 2-iron. I'm going to put ball back in my stance. My weight's going to be a little bit more on my lead foot. I want to make sure I hit ball first. I'm not overly bothered about follow through here because that's quite a deep divot. I just want to make sure I get ball first. It's going to come out low. Trajectory will be low. Trajectory. I always struggle with that. The ball flight's going to come out a little bit lower. I'm going to make the club a little bit shorter and the ball further back in my stance. I'm not going to hit it any harder. I'm just going to ensure I hit ball first. I'm going to stay right of the bunkers. Get a good line on this because it's coming out lower and shorter. There to there. Good. Ball back, handle slightly forward, weight slightly left. Did everything I expected it to do, but it's drawn slightly. Straight into that bunker. But the strike was fine. Look at that. In a divot, take a divot. So the angle of attack was steep. I was able to get ball first, came around it a little bit, influenced by the divot, still got the strike okay, but now we're in a fairway bunker again. So I've taken the ball from the bunker and placed it up here. Now this is a shot very rarely practiced. If you slice the golf ball, your path generally out to in and you get steep. This is the opposite, so practice this. If you practice this shot here with the ball above, you're going to swing flatter, more rounded, more into out path, hitting draws, and it'll flatten your swing plane. So if you're steep and cut across it, this is a drill for you. So here we are. So the ball's back in my stance to ensure I strike ball first. I'm going to grip down this, I'm right on the steel here because the ball's up closer to me, so I have to reduce the length of the shaft to accommodate that. Now the severity of the slope obviously dictates how much you come down the shaft. There we go, so ball's back in stance, swinging much flatter, much more rounded, and because I'm flatter and rounded, the path's going to be more in to out, so there's more right to left curvature, so I aim right to allow for that. Gripping down, ball back, aiming to the right. That'll do. That was severe. So that wasn't very pretty at all. The strike wasn't great. It's a shot I very rarely practice, clearly. And I've come up well short of the green. I think with shots like that, when it's such a severe lie, I mean that was close to waist high, that ball. Expectations have to come down. I'm a little bit upset that I've left it short and not putting there, but I mean look at the lie I had. When you think about that lie, expectation has to come down, so short of the green is fine. It's maybe you look at it and think, play the shot and leave myself somewhere I can up and down it from. Right, we're going to pick this one up and we're going to place it in there and plug it. Okay, so I've got my most lofted club. Wet sand, I am now plugged. So when I play this shot, plugged shot, all my weight's left. The face of my golf club is tucked in. My face is tucked in here and I'm hitting down there with leading edge. I'm using all leading edge. I'm not opening the face and using the bounce. I'm closing it in there, handle forward and pressure down, down, down into that golf ball. Pressure going down, down, down into that golf ball. Now the force going down, the resultant force, something has to come up. So if we get this correct and we hit the sand perfectly a couple of inches behind the ball, that force going down should pop that ball up and out the bunker. Now wet sand as well, so this might end up here. Wish me luck. Weight left, leading edge digging in there, coming down super steep with all my weight left. As I take the club back up, my weight still stays left. And it's going to come out low and it's going to run, but that's the byproduct of being where I am. So weight left, toe in, toe of the golf club in, so I'm using leading edge, and just fire loads of energy downwards to get the ball up and out. That did very well. That's just ran off the back of the green. As I say, it's going to come out with lots of forward spin. But that's it. That's what happens when you put yourself in there. But practicing these shots, I mean, it's key. It's key because some point in your golfing round you're going to be there. Maybe not this round, maybe not your next round, but your third round you will be there. So just off the back of the green, 2.5 yards off the green, then it's nice and quick down there. So practice these putts, practice putting. Sometimes confidence isn't high with chipping, so a bad putt's generally better than a bad chip. So learn the change of pace. So I need a little bit more energy than normal. So a little bit more energy than it just been all green. That's actually quite long there. I'm just looking on my line. That is that's very hairy. So I'm going to visualise this putt. So I'm looking at the hole in the practice stroke, but I'm going to pretend it's maybe 4 feet longer. So I'm looking at that and thinking, okay, what strength do I have to stroke this to go 4 feet past the hole? So therefore I had enough pace to get out of here and then let the green do its job. Now I'm still a foot short, but I tried to aim or feel as though I was hitting to here. I'd still came up slightly short, but not a bad result overall. But that was hard work, that hole. I put myself in 1, 2, 3 awkward places and walked away with bogey. If bogey at worst is how it pans out, then yeah, it's good. So we're level par. We've played some ridiculous lies. Still level par, that's good. That is good. I'm sure you can see the merit in this. It's obviously quite time consuming. But once you're on the golf course and you're on your own, you get a bit of time to practice, then you can imagine you practice like this all the time. How easy would the game be in real life, in real world? Okay, that was right at the bottom, but it's perfectly straight. What a great lie I had there. Yeah, taking this onto real world, into real time. So imagine playing 9 holes just once a week from awkward lies. Play the shots you don't like. I hate a 2-iron. Well, let's play 2-iron. Leave your driver at home. Carry only a 2-iron. So that was actually a pretty good drive in the end, but we don't do good drives in this game. We don't play from the fairway in this game. We play from the semi. Oh, first cut. Perfect. So I'm in the first cut, I'm in the clover. What's going to happen here? Well, there's a chance that that clover's going to cut between the grooves and the golf ball, so there's a chance it's going to fly pretty hot out towards that green there. So what do? Well, we play a fade. We play a fade to the front edge and just let it bounce on. 174 is normally a 7-iron. Downwind and a flyer, we're going to hit 9. So 9-iron fade to the front edge. I'm using the wind, I'm using the flyer lie to try and land it at the front and let it run out. So fade, aiming left, face slightly open, swinging more along my feet line, a little bit out to in, so cutting across this way, so therefore there's less friction with the grass. I'm coming in a little bit sharper leading edge to try and promote a decent strike. I'm going to aim left of the pin, obviously, out to in. Come on Steve, little fade through the clover. Okay, strike was good, it's just caught it a little bit, that clover. So it's left edge of the green, front, jumping on, it's about a yard on, and left myself a good 50-foot putt. The 50-foot putt's fine, we're going to play that as it is, because it's pointless practicing short putts all the time, putts that we're confident with. We may as well play something that's hard work. I've classed a 50-foot putt as a lag putt, obviously, but I don't really class it as a putt, I class it as a third shot, because I don't expect to hole it. So if I don't expect to hole it, then for me, I don't, it's a hard one to explain. I take the putt, and then the next putt's my first putt. Does that make sense? It's like a third shot. It's like a missed green. There you go. It's not within the distance I wanted to get the ball into. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 48 feet. 32, 42, 48 feet off the right now. with my lag putt. I'm looking at the hole. I'm looking just left edge, that's where I want it to go. I'm not bothered about path, I'm not bothered about anything to do with the putter. I'm just looking at my target, feeling that distance. Now execute. Oh, the wind's holding that out there. Good effort though. So that was alright, pretty happy with that to be fair. Okay, so apologies if that got a little bit rushed towards the end there, the group behind me were catching up pretty quickly. So let me just quickly recount back there. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 funky lies. 10 lies you would probably never practice. I've done that 4 holes, I've been round there in level par. So that's a massive result. For me that is a fantastic practice session. I'm delighted with that. It takes time, it's a little bit awkward, a little bit clunky, but if you want to practice golf, you want to get better at golf, that is how you practice golf. Don't just practice from the flat lie on the driving range all the time. Please. I'll see you in my next video. Subscribe. Bye bye.